Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers.
There's only one mantra that you all need to know. That's that one over there. See Todd, bye Todd.
Hello. Hello. Is anything working? I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna kill somebody. I might have to leave the stream. All right. I don't know why it was muted. We're gonna, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Thank you for bearing with me. I have no clue what just happened at all. The mic was muted internally, but we're here. So what I was saying, let me start off the show again. Hold on. Hello, I'm the Avenger. Yes, I am singing tonight. Why? Because I am playing the Kingdom tomorrow with Ken Griffey Jr. I think that's what they told me. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well on this Wednesday night. We're going to have a special guest tonight. Everybody knows it's Eranga. Aranga's last name. I'm going to hit this. As soon as he comes on, I'm going to hit this. But Aranga's last name is Devasarendra. And, he's a good friend. He's got a Kickstarter tonight. But before we bring him on and before he jumps in, a couple of things. Thank you everybody for being here. First off, this week I dropped a interview with Larry Reed, who is the curator and manager at Fantagraphics. Thank you, Flashpoint. The curator and manager of Fantagraphics books in Seattle, but he's been in the art, music, and comics scene for over 40 years. So much knowledge and so many good stories that he told on the podcast. Lots of Robert Crumb stuff and Charles Burns and Matt Groening and Simon Hanselman. So please click over to the podcast, subscribe, and watch that. I recorded 2 interviews this week. And I've got some big ones on the way that haven't been recorded yet. But I can tell you in the next couple weeks, you're going to see Robert Venditti, who is writing all of the books for Bad Idea right now, it seems like, at least, except Mike Carey, and Eric Canetti. So the Eric Canetti one was, we could have gone 3 hours. So it's definitely one of those conversations where we just kept talking, and we really didn't scratch the surface. I don't want to say who I have coming up because it haven't been done yet, but one of them is a huge a guy who's been doing comics for 50 years. So that can only really narrow it down, right? Because there's not too many people still alive that have been in professionally and also, self-publishing, but mostly professionally, been, in comics since the 70s. What else we got? We got the new video that dropped on the channel this week. I'm at a crossroads, and I'm very vocal about this. Certain videos that should have done well aren't even getting seen by more than 10% of the subscribers. And then some of the videos are getting seen by more people than I thought they would. And I just don't know what to do anymore here. I feel like the only thing that really works on this channel is the live sales, right? And the collection videos. Anything else that deviates out of that, travel, going to comic stores, doesn't really do that well unless I do it once only. Like the Portland comic store video that I did, which, I've had everybody that was involved in that video store-wise has thanked me for putting butts into the stores, which is I'm happy to do. So once Eranga gets here, we'll dive into talking to him. And if you don't know Eranga, I know Eranga from OAX. I met him at OAX, and we've hung out, and I've seen him, I saw him at Heroes, but he's a very talented artist. You might remember very recently that I got a Darth Jar Jar from him, a commission, plus an added bonus that I'll show off in a little bit. And, what's up, Sam? And anywho, he's got a Kickstarter, and we'll get him in just a second. I just want to very quickly say hello to everybody because I forgot to. Tom, good seeing you, my friend, and I'll see you next month. Same as you, Uncle Kazra. I'll see you next month. It was nice talking to you the other day. And there he is. Victor Medina, nice to see you again, and thanks for joining. I was on Nerdy Musings last night with, Bristol Bros with Sam McClurg and James Foster, Nerdy Musings. So you can watch that on their channel. I will post it tomorrow in the community. What's up, Ian? Caribbean, thank you for translating, by the way. Derek, good to see you, my friend. Trip, I got your, I replied to your text. Andy, yeah, you did stroke out. It's America 2026. Tom, good to see you. Flashpoint, good to see you. Dan, stand up. Dan, the man. Sam, hello there. Grit. Hi, Josh. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, Andrew. And figure drawing, regarding your live sales, I confirm that you are impressive on all selling fronts. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to sell you on a Kickstarter right now with this guy, Eranga.
What's up, man?
Damn it, I almost tried to say your name and then I tripped.
Say my name.
Devasendorora. No, Devas.
You went off the rails there, bro.
It's, Devasurendra. Did I get it?
I heard you did it right, like fairly the first time. It's Never Surrender. It sounds like Never Surrender.
Never. Okay, so his name is Eranga. Never surrender.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Did that cut out the mic? Because whenever I do my falsetto, it cuts the light. It cuts the mic out.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. Did someone just call me a stupid homie? What's up, Tom?
Hold on. Yes. He called you a stupid homie, which, you're a lot smarter than most people. we can't really call you stupid, But I like to affectionately call you Dark Poppy.
It's probably my favorite nickname.
Well, because it's like, right. It's like, Poppy's affectionate no matter who you're saying it to.
Yes.
And Dark Poppy just means that you've got even more class and color.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm loaded up on melanin. That's it.
Anyway, it's good to see you, and I'm looking forward to breathing the same air as you in like a month and change.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Holy cow, right?
Yeah,
just a little over 4 weeks, right?
Yeah, OAX 2026, the third annual, and it's funny because people. My first experience, like knowing who you were, was seeing Justin win the X-Men piece at the auction at the first OAX because everybody was so wowed by the size of the way they. Everybody was wowed by her size.
hey.
But before we get into the Kickstarter, how long? Like, all right, how long have you been drawing just for fun? And then how long have you been drawing at the size? Because like you do 16 by 20, 18 by 24. You do some pretty big pieces regularly.
Yeah. So was the question mostly like how long have I been drawing at that size?
Yeah. Yeah.
I so I used to put I used to do like DPS style, like so 11 by I'm sorry, 17 by 22,
Yeah.
right? And I thought that was fun. It always kind of bugged me having that seam down the center.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so then I discovered that Bristol made a pad that was like 19 by 24.
Mm-hmm.
And 19 by 24, the only thing about it is it's a non-standard portfolio size.
Okay.
So I wanted it to at least be, if people don't want to put it up on the wall, put it in a freaking portfolio for my sake too, because I take a portfolio around.
Yeah.
So I bought it. I still cut it down. I take an inch off it. But that's kind of when I really started getting into it. I'll be honest with you, man. At my age, like the eyesight's kind of just,
Yeah.
at that point too. And I really like going detailed on this stuff. And I'm very particular about faces. Like I'll throw something away if I can't get the face right.
Oh, wow.
Like I've done really crappy faces, and I've been far enough along, especially if it's a multi-character piece, that hey, this whole thing is done of this character, and I start working on the second character and I screw up the face, and it's a commission, right? So if it was production art, I could do stuff like white out or cut it out and do a
Sure.
paste up. But the difference is it's not production art. This is going
it's
to go
commission.
to someone. It's a commission.
Yeah.
They're expecting it to be. You'll always have people that are creating art, by hand. There'll always be little imperfections, but that's a bridge too far. So getting faces right was the other thing, and that got harder and harder, especially as the number of characters kind of increased.
Yeah.
So 11 by 17 is the standard size that I draw on. And then I found this, and I love it, man. It just presents like really well. So that's like my biggest thing. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, man, it kind of looks dope.
I mean, your pieces they're hard to look away from because there's so much in there, and I like the I wish I had some photos ready, but it's okay. People have seen the OAX videos, but you do a lot of homages to old kind of magazine photo shoots, and I kind of love that, like Vogue or like that. It takes me back to a time when I was first discovering how like in Vanity Fair there'd be like a photo shoot with some celebrity I had a crush on and be like, yeah, that's it. It definitely feels
I kind of really got into that a little bit last year. I really started digging that idea, just kind of watching. There's like an attitude to like those photo shoots as well, and I don't like doing like standard front on images, just in general, even if I wasn't homaging something. And depending on the photographer, they pick creative angles and things like that. So yeah, man, that was another thing. I think OAX this year I brought a bunch of those. I did the Gen X ladies in just Emma sitting on a chair and the other girls ladies around her and like sitting on chair edges and stuff. It's just it just feels a little bit off from comic stuff. Just
feels like you're having fun. I mean, you can tell by those pieces that you're having fun.
God, I love it. I don't get to draw for myself much, man, these days anymore. So when I do get the chance, like that's the kind of stuff I want to gravitate to. I did just recently, like last week or so, I did a Doors homage. I did a Jim Morrison homage for featuring Weapon X. and
Oh
I'm going to
shit.
be bringing that to OAX, and I really like how that came out.
Cool. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
So jumping in, your
Hmm.
Kickstarter, let me get this up on the screen for everybody to see. The link is in the description below. It's the first thing in the description. You can back it right now, but you got
There
your
it is.
first, this is your first creator-owned book, right?
It is. It's my first creator-owned book, and essentially my first time doing interiors. Hey, there be the ash can.
That's right. That's right. So Eternal,
Eternal.
why don't you let people know what it's about?
Sure thing, man. I had perfected my elevator pitch for this thing, but I still stumble. So basically, how I like to kind of consider it is it's a human story wrapped up in the guise of a superhero story,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you need a little something there. You need a little hook. The crux of it is I used to be like a big fan of the Eric Masterson Thor dynamic when I
Yeah.
started reading comics. That he was my Thor, right? And so it's this concept, and then Rick Jones and Captain Marvel, but it's this
Mm-hmm.
concept of not an alter ego as such. So we're not talking Peter Parker, Bruce Wayne. They put on a costume; it's still them. We're talking a guy that gives up his body to this
Yeah.
interdimensional traveler in our case, and he becomes a passenger when all of this is happening. So what bugged me when all of this was going on when I was reading it, I was like, hey man, Thor's kind of in space fighting Operation Galactic Storm,
Mm-hmm.
and Eric Masterson, like his life is going on, or Rick Jones's life is going on. Like, what's going on
Yeah.
there? So that was the idea behind it, and we really wanted to. So the story kind of jumps in the modern age, in the current day, where Arun, our protagonist, is now an old man and still dealing with this shit. Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
aged,
You see
the
him right
hero
here.
doesn't age. Yeah, there he is, just kind of pissed off in the void. Because when the transformation happens, Arun goes into this blackness, this void, and he just kind of sits there looking at, the traveler's life
Yeah.
through like a screen. So yeah, that's essentially the crux of it. We jump in the modern day, and then we fill in the blanks through flashbacks as the story goes on. It's 40 pages, one and done. You get a beginning, middle, and end. Yeah.
You're reading the ash can again today. I like it that it's like, right, he's not in control, but he's watching it through a screen, which I can find that, yeah, it's kind of right there. And it's interesting to see because I only know your illustration from your illustration from your variant cover, like the 300 and the stuff I've seen at OAX and in person.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see you doing interiors. And, it kind of reminds me, and like in a way of a little bit of Derek Robertson and a little bit of Steve Dillon. It's got
wow.
it's got like this face right here, right? That to me was like kind of you read Punisher, any of the Ennis stuff because those are two guys that worked heavily with Ennis, and there's a realism, cartoonish realism to it.
Mhm.
And your interiors are really reflective of that.
Thanks, man. Thanks. That's a huge compliment. I love both those guys.
Yeah, I mean they're great
I
artists,
love
right?
that. I mean, Steve is it speaks for Steve's a legend,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he
I'm a
was.
I'm a massive Preacher fan,
Mm.
but Derek too, man. I mean, not just the boys, but before that, like when he was doing his stints on Marvel. Uh,
Yeah, and wasn't he on Transmetropolitan also? Right?
Transmetropolitan with Warren Ellis.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
great book as well. So
Yep. Yep. Great book. Yeah, man. It's it was a challenge. I won't lie,
mhm.
because I had to translate kind of what I do, which is a little bit more pin-uppy. But even like my
Sure.
commissions, I try to make it a little bit of a story, a snapshot of a story when I do a commission. Complete. There was definitely a learning curve in doing this, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think I've got I've got some tricks I learned that hopefully I keep applying here. Um, yeah, it was a lot, man. That freaking Ashcan, I did it in 11 days.
Wow. Nice.
Granted, it's only 8 pages, but you got to remember that's 11 days to
Yeah, but
character design.
that's
Yeah,
interiors. You're not an interior, like you said, you're not an interior artist.
yeah, and you'll notice a bunch of those are crowd scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't
Oh,
even,
yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, man, 11 days to, not only are they crowd scenes, but that intro scene is the origin. It starts in the 1970s. So now I
Mm-hmm.
had to be like costume accurate, like, outfits and stuff like that. So there's a lot of research.
Where's that panel? There it is. Look at that guy's face.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy's not having a good day, man.
No, and what's up, Ian and Marco? What's up, brother? And for anybody that wants to back the Kickstarter, I backed it this morning. I just got the regular cover because I want to support you also, as well as display, your have your art be on the cover.
I
But
appreciate it,
you
man.
guys got some great artists. You got Esad Ribic, you got Josh Cassara, you got Adam Polina, Joseph
Yeah.
Schmalke, Gerald von Stoddard, and I'm not sure. I guess that's a person's name. Kiss Kiss.
Kiss Kiss. Yeah, that's what he goes by. And I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know. I don't know his real name. I don't think he shares it. But
Fair enough. Maybe
he's a really wonderful artist, man. He's been doing a lot of work. He does a lot of great like female characters. He doesn't. He's been doing like indie covers for a lot of like female centric books.
Mhm.
So I wasn't sure what his male character stuff looked like. But David Byrne, who's my co-creator on the book, writer and co-creator, he's worked with him before, and he was like, "Man, I think he's like pretty good at it." I was like, "Hey, let's go see what he does." So that is just to kind of be really clear that
Yeah.
that cover is not colored because we're still waiting on the color.
Okay.
That's just his like initial like kind of digital pencil
Right.
work. I haven't like mentioned that to anyone. We should find a way to like mention that there. But
Well,
like
you
by the
could just
time the campaign ends,
yeah,
yeah,
you could just put like a little overlay on it that says not the final cover.
correct. In
Um,
hindsight, we should have.
And just to clear this up so nobody's confused, you aren't working with the former lead singer of the Talking Heads, right?
Psycho
isn't-
Killer.
Yeah, this isn't David
Yeah.
Byrne. David Byrne.
No.
a
This is
different
David Aburn.
Okay. Let's-
David Aburn.
Just to clear that up.
Comic writer of properties such as Stake and Cancelled, and he's also the publisher of Amp Comics right now. So
Okay.
he's a comic, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
A little disappointing that it's not that David Byrne, but I'll let it pass.
I'm disappointed every day I work with that guy.
And
Sorry,
Kiss
David.
Kiss apparently has done covers for Stake, so that's David's book. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's easy to back. There's not it's not overloaded with too much stuff as rewards, but for anybody that's looking for piece of art along with it, you're doing certain sketch covers, Batman, Wolvie, which look at that Wolvie. Come on, look at it.
So that's definitely an homage to Lee.
Yeah.
I wanted that in there because I wanted them representative of certain eras.
Sure.
This was the only way for me to do like a formal cover and not get sued by the big two because it's
Right.
original art, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to be in color, but I do have to point out all the sketch covers like sold out in minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean I figured. I mean you've got a ravenous including myself, a ravenous fan base, original art collectors, and those I knew those people were going to come out and support you immediately.
I am planning though, because they sold out so quick. There were a couple of people. I mean, a few people reached out and said that was like, I can't believe you only had 5 and they like sold out real quick. So I might, before the end of the campaign, like quickly do like 3 more. I don't want to repeat characters. It's
Sure.
not, no, he goes by DAP.
DAV.
Yeah.
You don't want to repeat characters. And the thing is also the one, we'll do this just for the specific thing I'm going to show off. The one character that you're never allowed to do again is
I think I know.
meet the West Coast Jarvenger.
West Coast Avenger.
Yeah, there's that you can, this is a one of one, never to be done ever again.
I love
Now,
how they said that, man.
Most people probably saw this when I posted it, but just so people know, I got that Darth Jar Jar commission from you, and you did this without me knowing and asking. It was just in the package, and
Yeah.
it's I'm okay with the way I look as a human being. Like, I don't think, I have no, oh, I wish I had this or that. This is fucking nightmare fuel. I mean, this is like, if anybody saw this in real life, like if this thing appeared at your door, it'd be worse than ice showing up. This is true nightmare fuel.
I personally think you should customize a Jar Jar Binks mask with that, and like that could be your second alternative to Comic Tim.
Yeah. Like Comic Tim would have his match, like he would have his match cut out for him.
I mean, there you go, man. West Coast Jar Avenger shows up, sells a few books, and
like this is the thing that shows up at the end of like a David Lynch movie in just a scene, and like people are done talking, and then it's a flash to that, and then it just goes, yeah. So
I almost as much as I love that piece has been like your reaction to it has been just as like freaking glorious. Like I love that.
I was literally crying laughing when I opened up the package. Like I was like, because I knew something else was in there. I was like, I figured he put like a comic in there or something else. Like, and I had no clue that was, that was incredible. So getting back to the Kickstarter, by the way, like I said, the link's in the description below. So, congratulations in less than a day of, smashing that goal.
Thanks, man. I'll be honest with you, it's beyond my wildest like freaking dreams, right? Because I was expecting like, hey, for us to go into week 2, week 3, it was like 4,000 was the goal we'd set. Because we wanted like, hey, we wanted to increase the chances that it's funded, because the goal is not to make money with this thing, man. That's never been the goal. It was always to, at the very least, break even for our costs and like get this book out to as many people as we could. Like the number of backers means as much, if not more, to me than like that dollar figure. So like, but it doesn't hurt. I'm not going to be phony here and say, hey, it's nice that it's getting funded to that level.
Of course.
But I was like still like sweating that we'd get into week 2, week 3, and it wouldn't cross that threshold. And I'd already talked to my wife and said, hey, listen, if we get to like day 30 of this campaign and we're sitting at like 2,500, I was like, get your credit card ready, because we're going to put in 1,500 and we're going to fund this freaking thing. Right. And then, dude, 42 minutes from going live, I got the notification from Kickstarter that we were funded. And I was just like,
yeah, what? I mean, I was so happy to see that. I backed it like a little bit before 4,000. And then the next time I checked, I was like, oh, damn, that's already smashed past 4,000. So
yeah, I think personally, I mean, you were the 100th follower of the Kickstarter. We talked about this.
Yeah.
In my mind, you were probably the guy that took Yeah. What do we say? We're writing the modern mythology here?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We do have a question from Marco asking about this. Provide your own artwork. You want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So that level we created, David's had a lot of luck with that one to provide the your own art as a retailer incentive.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are retailers that kind of support that, and you would come in, you would get someone to do, we would work together. Obviously, we'd need some layouts just to make sure kind of we control the content that goes on the cover, but it'd have to be Eternal. You could ask an artist, if you're an artist, you could draw it yourself, whatever, and we would publish the book with that cover. And I can't remember how many copies of the cover we give. I think it's 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Limited, 10 copies.
Right. So you would get 10 copies of the book with the art on it. Obviously, you keep your art. You're bringing that to the table. And if you wanted more, we would discuss it at a much like reduced rate.
Right. Like if you wanted 25 copies, you'd see, you guys would work it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like it's kind of catered to retailers, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Like the thought process was it'd be a cool thing to offer if you were a smaller retailer or whatever, and you wanted to have that on there. There's also an option there for me to draw a custom cover,
Right.
which I think there's only one of that left. I was only offering to Ian Cinco. I love that guy. What's up,
Yeah,
Ian?
Ian's awesome. Well, I'm glad that Marco got his question answered. So, like, if I were to click the change my pledge to $250,
Mm.
and it's like, oh, get drawn into the comic as an extra, but I wanted to be Jarvenger. How would that work?
We would have to pick a crowd scene with an extra, and I think both of those are sold out too, bro.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh no, one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on.
There was a featured one
Yeah,
with
yeah, it
one
is sold
spot
out because it's
and
not there
two
anymore.
with the extra. I would, but if it were available, I'd have to pick a time period in the 2000s.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, if not, it'd be like a Jar Jar Easter egg where he's actually been on Earth for a long time before. You know,
This is how I ruined somebody's comic.
we got this, man. I would have found a way. Put him on a T-shirt
Yeah,
or something
yeah, but
like that. You know what I
it's
mean?
not Jar Jar. It's me, but as Jar Jar, so it's even more
Or,
confusing.
or it's you when you're wearing a Dark Jar Jar like shirt.
Well, this is really cool. I'm so happy for you, and I'm excited to get it because the ash can does exactly what it's supposed to do. Reading it, it's like we want more. I want
Man, I'm so
more.
glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Like
and
because the anxiety is this, right? You start off we you start off with the anxiety of, oh man, I hope this thing gets funded, and I hope
mhm.
like we get to actually put this out to people, and then that anxiety transfers to, man, I hope people like the book. I hope the people like the art. Like I hope it's engaging. We got a little bit of a taste of that with the Ashcan because we released that
Sure.
at Heroes to quite a few people. And you would think, just in general, man, the people that would come up and give me feedback, they were like, "Hey, we really liked it. You know, we're looking forward to the rest." And I was like, "You're always when you're insecure about that kind of stuff, you're like, they just be nice. They're,
Sure.
you know what I mean?" So yeah, I'm really hoping. What I can tell you is, whatever you think about it, like we poured a lot of ourselves like into it. We did a
Yeah.
lot of work on it. Yeah,
And you're a comic. You're not just an artist, but you're a comic fan. You've been in and around comics for a long time. So
yeah,
I think I've helped other people understand. I've understood myself by talking to a lot of people on the podcast about, the fandom is what kind of created comics as we know them. There's decades of it that comes before a lot of what exploded in the 80s and 90s. And these guys all worked in fanzines. They were all fans.
exactly.
Jim Starlin, Frank Miller, like all of these guys. Kirby was a fan before he was a fan and an artist for a long time, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing that culture and that infrastructure that got built around fandom.
You
What's
need
up,
you
Southern
need to see
Galaxy?
me in my Psylocke costume. You got to give me a couple of minutes. I got to get into it.
I think he's talking about me because I did a
Oh.
video dressed as Psylocke once.
You can send that to my email. I can view that in private.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. I've never lived it down since then, and nor do I intend to. The intent,
No.
when you put on a Psylocke costume and you put it out into the world, you're not
You
embarrassed.
live that.
You're not embarrassed by it.
You don't
claim
hide
it?
from that.
No.
Yeah, you don't hide from that.
But yeah, the fandom aspect of that, like that community that got built in like the 70s and the 80s, and like guys that were getting together as there were clubs,
Yeah.
and then those guys became creators, and then that begat like the message board culture of like the 90s once the internet came, and and that stuff, and then those guys kind of, you get like a Kelly Sue and a Matt Fraction, and then they go ahead and get married, and they spawn a super empire of comic creators,
and
right?
Zdarsky, and that's where Zdarsky met Fraction. So
Yeah.
that's
on the Warren Ellis forums,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and Bendis I think was part of that. So it's just keeping that tradition alive of like people who are fans who are talented in writing, whatever it is, drawing. They eventually, or publishing too. I mean, that's another arm of fandom, comes from
Right.
publishing.
Right, right. You look at guys like, I mean, shoot, you look at, Dinesh with like Valiant and Bad Idea. That's
Yeah,
like an example
perfect
of a dude who
example.
was a hardcore fan that got to live out that dream now twice now.
Shooter too. I mean, Shooter obviously started as a
Oh,
13-year-old fan, but
yeah,
then he became a little bit of everything over time. So
yeah.
it's how you got into comic book tattoo. Was that a book, or Tom, were you a tattoo artist in a former life that I don't know about? I'm
That's what
assuming
I'm
that's a
trying to
book.
figure out as well. Inquiring minds
Inquiring minds
no.
want to know. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to just let people know in the chat. There was a gift given to my community by our friend Dr. Plagueis. If you have been thinking about joining my Patreon, there is a free 3-month subscription to my Patreon in the description below, all the way at the bottom. There may be 2 of them, but feel free to go in and click and sign up. I do bonus. Maybe I'll even do a bonus video with Eranga. Maybe we'll do a sexy Psylocke.
Psylocke interview.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a video where you're Psylocke and I don't know, Wolverine. Yeah. And
There you go.
Just be a
There you go.
20-minute video of just us being very awkward next to each other, half naked.
Reenacting scenes from Acts of Vengeance and
That's right.
Extinction Agenda. We got to get ourselves a Jubilee, and then we'll be like that perfect trio.
How about maybe we can get Khazra to be our Jubilee.
Yes.
Then it'll be an Oreo of almost an Oreo, and I'll be the cream Wolverine.
It's fine, man. Like literally, like you're the safest, right? Because you're a white dude playing white dude. It's Kasra and I co-opting Asian culture, but Iran is in Asia and Sri Lanka is in Asia. So at least in terms of continent, we got it right.
Yes, we're giving these people a geography lesson too. So aside from the Kickstarter, anything else coming down? Like anything else you're working on soon?
I just got like some really great news that I was excited about like a couple of days ago.
Pregnant.
Can't tell you. It's time. No. Dark Puppy's about to have himself a little brown puppy.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Arian. What is it with Iranians trying to be white?
Well, I mean, I don't blame them. I don't know. I need to get out of that fucking place right now. But anyway, let's get back to your good news.
What are we talking about? Like the little bit of good news so I'm kind of excited about it. It's a property that was recently announced. It's not like big two or anything like that, but it's kind of neat. It's I was so excited about it. I started doing layouts, and
oh wow.
I've already got like the layout approved, so I'll have the cover ready. I don't know. I have to wait till then. I hate doing shit like that.
Oh, you can't say what it is?
No, not yet, man. I don't know why.
But I can say what it is. I can just guess. Eranga is doing a crossover between My Little Pony and Leatherface. And it's basically a story about how Leatherface, before he became, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre killer, he used to skin My Little Ponies and wear them around naked. And so that's what you're working on.
This did not come off the top of your head.
Oh, it very much did. It very much did. Luckily for everybody involved, I don't often just take these things that are floating around in my head and speak them unless you're in the Patreon.
I mean, my dude, if you were to write that short story in front of all these people, I'll commit to drawing it.
All right. Well, I guess I'm watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all of them this weekend, and then I'm going to watch My Little Pony, and then I will write this.
Put it together. Make it like a 5-page story. and I'll draw it and we'll put it online. We'll release it online for free.
What if it's called? What if it's like called My Little Chainsaw?
I can dig it.
All right,
I can dig it. That's,
All right.
we're gonna make a lot of bronies mad though.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. So you've got something that you're working on that you can't talk about. So that's not news. What do we
Yeah,
got?
that's terrible. Mostly preparing for. I mean, this has taken up the book has taken up a significant portion of my life the last X amount of months, and then with the release of the Kickstarter and kind of keeping a track of that, Friendship is a Massacre. With the release of the Kickstarter, it's funny. It's I didn't know how much kind of work it was.
Sure.
Because you're constantly trying to. Hey, it's all fun, and I mean, it's great. A lot of this front loaded stuff came in, but again, you want to kind of take the number of backers up and get it into as many people's hands as possible. And then you got guys like you who are like super cool that like allow me to come on and kind of talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
Because man, I mean, it's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. Like we're not like big time creators or anything like that. So anyone that lends us even a modicum of support, like that's super appreciated.
Well, I mean, that's what it's about. It's about supporting your friends and their projects. Like, I mean, if you made a project that was called like, I don't know, Mein Kampf, the comic book, I would be like, yeah, maybe not. I don't think I'm going to give you any airtime. But other than that, I'm going to help my friends out, especially because you gave me the Ash Cannon. I was like, yeah, I'm into this. I'm into this. Like, I think it's passion for the reader and passion as the creator are two things that most people can kind of feel. Yeah, Nathan, I mean, I you know me. I mean, I can joke. I just wouldn't put it on the screen if it was if it was there,
That's right. I think that exists actually.
I mean, I'm sure.
Danny, how's it going?
Well, didn't
I think it's called the ICE Recruitment Manual.
Well, yes, it is. But speaking on creators that have done stuff that's adjacent to that, but not in line with that. I mean, wasn't it Tezuka? Didn't Tezuka do a Hitler biography? It was some very famous.
I didn't know that.
It might. I think it was Tezuka. I think it was. But I mean, obviously, we're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say I wouldn't put that on you. I wouldn't come to you like, Dave, want to help promote my Hitler bio?
Yeah. I'd be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But like there's a thing about like I'm as a fan or reader and obviously doing what I do here. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm, if you just asked me to help promote your book and I didn't put it in front of me, I'd be like, I mean, I how could I justify telling my audience to buy something
100%.
that I haven't seen? I think a lot of people, and as somebody that's doing your first book, I mean, would you feel comfortable selling your book to people and having nothing out there to show that you've done any work?
No, absolutely not. The Ashcan, like that played a significant part in why the Ashcan even exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't expect someone who's seen my commissions or like my art online and just have no idea how that translates to like an interior experience as a sequential storyteller. So having this, and it was June at Heroes.
Yeah, last year.
And we did that, and then we had it online, like the digital version, for free, so people could just go in and check out previews if they want to, check out what that looks like, the first 8 pages, get a sense of the flavor. But 100%, man, I'm like, if I were in your boat, right? The other thing that happens is, I fully understand. Like, I think in the beginning when I was asking you, like, hey, do you think whatever, you could sense my reticence a little bit, because
of course I could. Yeah.
It's never something I'm comfortable asking of people. And you made it easy. You're kind of like, yeah, dude, of course, like whatever.
Yeah.
But the Ashcan is I needed to get something in front of you to make sure that because I gave you the escape, I gave you the eject button too. I was like,
No,
hey,
you
this is,
did. And I,
yeah,
my hesitance was never really there because like I've been looking at her artwork now for 2 years,
yeah,
and like to know that somebody's going from, doing shows, commissions, whatever, sketchbook to sequential art. I know that that's jumping into the deep end, real quick.
yeah,
And so, and I, being in this position of having a show and all that stuff, people do ask me, like I get cold emails, like people I don't know, but people ask me like, oh, I wish, love to be on your show one day. And I'm like, to do what are we doing? Like,
right.
let's get your work out there. Well, show me the work, like don't ask me to engage with an audience and ask them to spend their money if I don't know what they're spending their money on.
Yeah, because
You know?
like you're using up the currency that you've built
Mm-hmm.
with
Plus,
a
I'm not
certain
here
level
to,
of trust and taste.
yeah,
As
and I'm
well.
not here to embarrass anybody either.
Yeah,
Like I'm okay embarrassing you because we're friends, and like you're okay embarrassing me because we're
yeah,
friends. But if you were somebody that I didn't have a personal relationship with, that I didn't know, like I think it's a good lesson for people to understand. Like if you're working on a comic and you want to build a community, and obviously these days the way to build a community is to be part of other communities. Like
mm,
you, for example, being at OAX the first year, most of us, if not like 80% of us, don't know who you are.
right.
And very quickly I'm like, oh, this dude's a great artist and a really cool dude. So, my advice to people like looking to launch their own book is like, get in, don't just join the community and be like, hey, I have a book. Like be part of the community, like interact, and organically it won't be any weirdness when you're like, hey, so and so, can I come on your YouTube channel, or can I post this on your Discord?
Right. Right. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, I mean, that's the other problem, is that a lot of people think that he's responsible for bad idea, and then they go up to Dinesh and they're like, hey, can you draw me this large piece? And Dinesh is just like, I have a lot of money but no drawing skills.
We've talked about it, Dinesh and I. Like it's happened when we've been together.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
someone's come up and we could immediately see like a sheer panic. Like I could flip a coin here, or
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
And we
I
don't
like,
make it easy for people. We don't make it easy. We'll play along with whoever refers to us as what. If they go to Dinesh and say, "Hey, Eranga," he'll play along, and like we will, yeah, yeah. We could easily get each other into trouble.
but there it is. That's what the D stands for in your last name. It's Eranga
Yeah,
Dinesh.
Eranga
And
Dinesh.
it's a question mark after. There's a comma and then there's a question mark after.
Eranga Dinesh.
Eranga Dinesh.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude, but like it's you said something like, I mean that's really true, right? And the other thing is, if you are like kind of getting out there and getting your name out there, some of this stuff happens organically
Sure.
because we tend to be tribal. Like for example, like a lot of the people I've met through OAX have been the sketch card community.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what the D stands for. And even like the comic collecting community, because when I started doing commissions and so, and even within the original art community, there's
Oh yeah.
a faction, right? There's
Sure.
factions because you have the people that collect commissions, and then
Hmm.
you have the people that collect just original published art,
Yes.
and then you have that Venn diagram. You got that little thing that they collect commissions and both. There you go. Yeah, and me too, man. Because I started out as a commission collector, and then I kind
Hmm.
of graduated into original art. So I've had my foot in both worlds, but that's been like purely on the original art side. And then OAX kind of opened it up a little bit more to guys who are sketch card collectors, guys like yourself who are
Sure.
more like kind of entrenched in the comic community, because that the art community is like a drop in the ocean of the larger pool,
Oh
which
yeah.
is the comic book
Comics. Yeah.
community, comics community. And a lot of people, and this is kind of true, I think, I don't know about, maybe excluding the people in the chat, but a lot of people, a lot of original art collectors have kind of left behind, especially OA collectors have left behind comics, like reading comics.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah, which is sad. So that doesn't exist there. It's a lot of it is just the nostalgia of the stuff they did read.
Yeah.
For various reasons, they might have fallen out. I'm not like kind of holding it against them, but it is sad.
I'm
when,
okay with holding that against people.
yeah, yeah. But I still love comics today. Like I probably read a little less now,
Mhm.
like time wise, and some of the output. My allegiances have shifted. I was a hardcore Marvel guy, right?
Yeah.
And forever, growing up, it had to be no DC. But like I would say, and then like I kind of graduated into not so much the original Image stuff, but later when they started branching out
Oh yeah,
into
when it got
you know
good.
yeah, like Why the Last Man, and that kind of stuff. And today, like I don't think it's 50-50, but I read a lot of DC now too. The
I
absolute stuff.
I mean, I'm it's funny when I think about it, Marvel, I was usually as a kid I was into Marvel a lot for the art and then Spider-Man stories.
Yeah.
But these days, and like the early 2000s, I liked what Marvel was doing because they were trying stuff. But the last, yeah, like overall, if you were to ask me, like, oh, recommend me something from Marvel or DC, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go back, and no matter what it is, it's gonna be DC. But if you ask me, like, recommend me something Marvel, DC, or indie, yeah, I'm gonna recommend most indie stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it makes me sad that people that are involved in comics, one way or another, collecting art, writing, drawing, it makes me sad when I hear those people don't read comics. I'm like, then why are you even involved in this? Like, what, especially if you're a comic creator, like, why are you creating a comic if you don't read comics? Like,
Yeah.
are you one of those people that's just like, oh, I can do it, but I don't like it? It's like, that's what fucking professional jobs are for.
Yeah. That's right.
That's why you go to an office job, because you can do it. You don't like it.
And it's such a bummer, even more than not reading comics. It's such a bummer when I hear like professionals poo poo comics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
like
get
that.
out of here.
Yeah. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to judge you if you tell me, oh, I only read indies, because I've spent a long time in my life just reading indies, right? I was reading Image and Vertigo and pretty much everything.
Hmm.
And if you're like, oh, I only read superhero comics, it's all I really ever liked, I'm like, okay, cool. Or I
Yeah.
only read, but when you're, it's one of the things that everybody mostly on this channel knows, that the collecting part of it, without any interest in the actual medium at all, makes me insanely, it makes me gatekeep, even though I don't like that, but it makes me feel that way. It's like, what the fuck off, go invest in stocks. Like, it's okay if you, like, I do everything. I collect, I
Yeah.
sell, I read, I
Yeah.
buy. If you're involved in interacting with the medium, or you collect comics but you really love the art and you buy original art, you're still interacting with it.
Yeah.
You're still like, people that collect artwork that don't necessarily read comics, they still collect the artwork because they love art.
Yeah.
And comics is, if we're just talking, just like the baseline is 50% art, 50% story,
Yeah.
or 75-25, whatever. So,
And not to mention, if you're collecting art and you're buying them directly from the artists who are working in comics today, you're directly kind of influencing the ecosystem too, right? You're helping that artist stay in comics.
Yes. I mean, that is, I mean, and Evgeny, like, that, and you're an artist too. Like, there's a huge part of it where it's like, yeah, you're reading the comics, but then you're going out and you're creating art and you teach. So, there's,
and Evgeny's another dope artist too.
oh, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. But I mean, buying art directly from the artist, to me, that's the best thing that you could do. And that applies to anything. You want books, music, movies. Like, if you can support the artist directly, you're doing a service to the world that the world's governments have and systems have told you not to do. They have tried to convince you not to buy directly from an artist, and all of the corporations and all the systems that are set up to fuck you over and make them rich. So when you spend money on original art, buy a Kickstarter book, when you go to a con and you buy a book from an artist directly, like, I'm not a religious person, but you're going to heaven. I am one of the chosen people. I have talked to God himself, and he says, when you buy art, this is going to be my new thing. I'm going to be a fucking art preacher. You are going to go to heaven.
You're not gonna do that every time you buy art, like an angel gets their wings kind of thing. That's
Yeah. Like, if you don't buy this art from this man, puppies will drown tonight.
Yeah, I've seen it with my own eyes. I have left a convention where I didn't sell out like my portfolio, and literally along the way I saw drowning puppies. I couldn't save them because I had a portfolio with art and it would get wet.
Right.
If
You had to choose.
sold all that art, I could have just jumped in. And
No, but I mean, that's and we're loving fans and friends of one Kazra Gunbari, and what he's done and built with OAX and Bill, obviously, has given everybody an opportunity to interact with the artists, support the artists, and not have to hear those 3 letters spoken at a convention: C, G, and C. Or
I thought you were going to say C, S, and A. Anyway.
But I mean, it's here we go. There you go, Alberto. You convince Kazra and Bill, and I will wear a sequin, like shiny Elton John type jacket.
I will buy you a full-on Buddy Christ outfit,
and I will be like,
and I'll bring like a wooden, like an apple crate kind of thing, and you just sit there.
And instead of holding a Bible, it'll be a Turok #1.
Boom!
And I'll be like,
great paperback.
And Bart Sears came to me, and he'll be right there, and said, "If you buy art, you will go to heaven and get your wings. Oh, so help me, Bart Sears, it is true."
Praise his name, brother.
Yeah, Bart Sears.
Praise the Sears.
Tom says yikes, but Tom secretly is like, I really hope this happens.
I think I want to see this.
Sardo is bringing us soapbox. I mean, look, if you want to make it happen, here's the thing about this community when it's comics or art. When you want to make something happen, all you have to do is use your voice and keep using your voice and keep telling the people in charge, I want this to happen, Yeah. I mean, look, it's Florida. I've got no offense to everybody that lives there, but I have as much respect for Florida as I do for the current administration in this country. So, and my parents live down there. So,
Oh, your folks live in Florida?
Yeah. That's why like OAX for me is like, I do the convention, then I drive down to my folks.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
that's right.
I've been my dad's been threatening to move, been talking about moving to Portugal since like 2020. I'm like, can you do this already so I can visit you in a place I want to go?
Too many hills, man. Like those 7 hills. I've never understood why people retire to Portugal. Like Lisbon is 7 hills, and everywhere you go is uphill. I don't know how that's possible.
I mean,
even like coming back, you'll go to a restaurant, you'll be walking uphill. You're coming back to your hotel, you're still friggin' walking uphill. I don't know how they do it. It defies like physics.
Aranga, I don't know if you know this, but the nickname of Seattle, where I moved to in 2014, is the city of 7 hills. So, I'm not worried.
Way. Is that right?
Yeah. There's 7 hills in Seattle: Capitol Hill, Beacon Hill, Magnolia, Queen Anne Hill, First Hill. I forget what other one.
Wow, I did not know that. I do know I've walked uphill quite a bit in Seattle.
Yeah. It's just
and stumbled from Capitol Hill back down.
Oh yeah, back. Yeah, because have you done Emerald City?
Yes.
Yeah. You're not doing it this year, right?
No.
Okay. Shout out to anybody going to Emerald City. I'll take a free pass for Thursday and Friday. Thank you. And yes, Alberto got it. It's Benny Hill. That's the last hill.
Oh, I thought he like actually nailed it. I was like, wow, that's weird. Okay.
No. But yeah, for OAX, is your commission list already filled up?
Oh, dude, yeah. It's been filled up because I opened it up early because I knew I would have to balance that with finishing the book and all that stuff. And what I did was I took a large list just because I had to fill it. Oh, look at that, man. We've had some
we're
numbers move up.
almost at 10K. Almost at 10K, baby.
Man, that's awesome. Thank you guys. The I because you had to kind of establish a number of slots. So I just told Bill, like, okay, let's just make it X amount of slots. I don't think, just knowing they wouldn't sell out. And sure enough, dude, they sold out, which is a good problem to have. But
Yes.
I was not expecting to have to do 32 commissions like
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah.
32. You're hearing that, friends and family and folks. 32 commissions for this beautiful man.
A little bit of a caveat.
There's
Like,
sketch cards.
20 of them are full, like they're full color sketch cards.
Sure.
But 10 of them are like 11 by 17, full background. A lot of them were two figures. And then there's like a couple of 18 by 24 as well. This is not me whining. This is like a fantastic problem to have.
Wow.
But it was, again, me not anticipating that. Am I one of those 32? Nope. Don't do many cityscapes. Too late. There were at least 3 cityscapes.
Yeah, if people aren't familiar with his work, like he does some amazing cityscapes. I mean, I think somebody on Facebook posted your Spider-Man, and it's been going around the last day or two, like an old
dude,
Spider-Man.
I saw that. That was the 18 by. That's the one I brought to.
Yeah,
the one
it was
where
a
he's on
big
the
one.
Chrysler building.
Yeah.
So that dude. Hey, that's Steven. He's got
Steven's
nice,
good people.
He is, man. He's got a nice 18 by 24 piece coming, which a lot of these guys that I talk to, I'll always like ask them permission first. Hey, do you want to see? And I didn't have to do a scene. Nope, underwater. Yeah,
Right. Unless you did Stingray invading Atlantis.
It would be like pretty crazy, like if he got a Stingray from me and I like kind of drew him like climbing the Empire State Building or something to take a leap off. Just goes to show, like, just highlights all my weaknesses as an artist. I can't draw water, so I'm just gonna have him.
How about this? Like a 5-page mini comic of Stingray climbing up the Empire State Building and like looking around, looking at the Hudson, looking at the East River, and being like, "All right, I can make the East River." And then like the next panel is the jump, and then another one down, and he just fucking hits a cab, and it's just blood everywhere.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a Mannix commission.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
The multi-panel, kind of like that would be dope. Stingray, get on it.
Yeah. Get Mannix. I think Mannix is sold out too. If not, I'm sure he's close.
Yeah.
It's funny. One of my
sold
homies.
out, I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah. One of my homies. Obviously, you're one of the OAX darlings, and we could talk about John Wayshak. He's one of them. And John sent me pencils of the commission he's doing for me, and I was like, dude, you don't ever have to ask me.
What is it? Can you tell us? Can you tell us what it is?
I'm gonna wait till it's finished.
Okay.
It's something new I'm trying that I'm gonna have some artists do an homage to a certain page in a certain book. I'll just say that.
It's a good idea. That's a good idea because what did he say? It was for rookies?
Pre-OAX commissions for rookies. I make Eranga draw me, and there you go.
He bought the featured slot. So my revenge was I got him to send me a bunch of reference pictures in weird like facial expressions and stuff, and I'm gonna include that in the extras whenever or just throw it up on my social media. It's hilarious.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Evgeny just backed it. Yeah, Nathan, I'll whenever I come back from OAX, and I do the video and all that stuff, you'll see whatever I get. I only actually have. Will there be a Captain America shirt?
A Captain America shirt.
I don't know what this is referencing.
Oh, I think he's talking about because I'm drawing Alberto, and Alberto is like a huge Captain America fan.
Tom also wears his Captain America shirt too.
Yo, that's right, but he's #1 Marvel fan. Like that's
true.
just like America. Fuck yeah, like yeah. I think Alberto is like, God, I don't want to like freaking gas him up or anything, but his Captain America collection is just insanity.
Yeah, I only have 2 commissions this year so far. I don't think I'm gonna go for anything else because I got big commissions. I got one from Wayshak, and then one from Mannix, and I I just came back from Japan, spent way too much money on art, so I think
Not
I
to
got a comic.
mention going and staying in Japan
Yeah,
on top of that.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So,
throwing up the food at OAX. Um,
um, but
no,
you're
that's cool, man. How was like you look like you had a blast. This is like
oh,
what your second or third trip to
it was my
Japan?
second. It was my second
Okay.
trip. This time it was a month, and it was amazing. I mean, it was it's a beautiful place, but even more so, it's just so calm and relaxing. Even in Tokyo, I had more relaxing time to myself and more quiet to myself. And then, just going to these stores and digging and spending money like a psychopath. And, I had my sale last week and, people bought stuff, including, some of the people that are in the chat, including
Yeah.
Steven and Marco and Ian. But, Tokyo Comic Con was really interesting too, because whatever. It's not a comic con, it's a pop culture con, but their artist alley was a lot of fun and was super relaxed. I mean, even, the lines at Jim Lee and Frank Miller and Peach were long, they were calm.
Hmm.
They were, everything was done pretty organized, and like getting Frank Miller for $60 and Jim Lee for free. Come on,
You got a bunch of stuff autographed. Were you
yeah.
planning to do that? So did you take like a bunch of stuff with you from here to
Yeah,
there?
just a
Okay.
little bit. I mean, I built the trip around going to, like, I like to do that when I build a trip, is like a couple of events to go to
Sure.
and then no other plans besides that. And yeah, so I knew I was going to be there. So I knew I was going to buy Peach art and I knew I was going to get a bunch of things signed by Frank Miller. But I also bought Japanese books to have them signed while I was there.
Yeah.
So
No, I watched some of your videos. I think I may have missed a few, but I did watch your Tokyo Comic Con recap, and I watched you and Jim and just having a ball, man. What great
yeah.
company you had on the trip
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a lot of fun. It was
yeah.
great. I mean, it's and I'm going to go back this year and I'll go back until I can't or they close the border off to anybody from America around the world.
Are you gonna do it around the same time of year, like around
Mhm.
Tokyo Comic Con again?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
time to go. It's the weather's mild and it's it's heavy tourists, but it's not the heaviest tourist
Hmm.
time of the year, so um yeah, the Evangelion exhibit was amazing. I mean, the one that really, the exhibit that was really amazing that beat the Evangelion one was the
Oh my
Yasuhiko
God,
the
I think that's the first time I've heard it said out loud. I've been saying Evangelion like this whole time.
I said that as a kid. I know.
Oh,
But Yasuhiko, he's affectionately known as Yas. He was the animation director for Gundam for the movies, like all of the stuff, like the movie posters for Gundam, the paintings were there.
oh,
They're
word.
30 by
Okay.
40, but he also co-created Dirty Pair and Venus Wars. And the guy was not just a painter, he wasn't just an animation director, but he was a mangaka. Like he could do anything and everything. And it was, holy shit, it was the most impressive exhibit of art I'd ever seen in my life. Maybe only bested by the Marvel exhibit that's been going around for the last 5 years.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that exhibit open year round, or is it like
No,
specific times?
I think it's closing next month, but it opened, we caught it opening week, just like the Evangelion one, we caught it opening week. The big exhibit that I know already got announced this year, there's a is there a Yoshitaka? Something big just got announced for April, and I can't even remember what property it is now, but it's something pretty cool. I'll think of it. I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
And then do you know Lance Suarez? Do you know Lance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lance was there, so I got to hang out with him, and and then Mannix. Jiggy was there with Mannix and JP and Vaughn, so that was really cool. And it depends on what you like to do, but if you watch my videos and you're like, oh, he's going to all these stores, going to, like, that's all I did. Besides eating and drinking coffee, like, I don't do tourist stuff. It doesn't appeal to me.
There's probably like a couple of things I want to hit. It's kind of the same way when I visit other countries. Like I especially outdoor stuff. I love seeing like just natural stuff. So I
Yeah.
want to see like certain things, and then it's like the food and drink. It's like the food and drink, and like kind of experience people, and
Yeah,
because
exactly.
yeah, when you're doing the rigmarole of a schedule, and I need to see this landmark and this thing and this thing and this thing,
Yeah.
you miss out on all this stuff. Like I want to see just kind of how Japanese people live their lives and just everyday people, kind of whatever. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. Like when my wife and I visit countries, I'm lucky because she's kind of the same way. I think people call it laziness, but like we just want to like kind of eat. We'll take naps. It's great.
Yeah.
It's that I just want to like kind of enjoy the essence. I was gonna say like if I knew what time of year you were going, like I'd love to tag along on one of these trips. But my wife and I, we haven't visited Japan before, so that would be a complete ixnay. Like, nah, you're not doing a boys trip to Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. I mean, that's why
yeah.
it worked. That's why it worked with me and Jim, and his friend Dave. Ian, I went to 2 of the Marvel stores. Yeah, I went to the one at Sunshine Mall in, I guess that's in, I forget where that is, and then I went to the one in Osaka, and they're fun. Their stuff always rotates. I mean, you're gonna find merchandise from kind of everything, but you could go there one week and then come back the next week and they have different stuff there. It's kind of wild.
They just rotate their merchandise, or are you
Yeah.
saying like they sell out that quick?
No, they rotate stuff. They just like
Huh.
sells. They do. I don't think, with the exception of the stuff that's exactly, Margot, the stuff that ties into the movies like Fantastic Four, but everything else, like, it feels like it changes pretty often. I love naps too. I love naps. No naps at OAX. Fair enough. I mean, Tom,
Yeah,
you
that's the one,
know
that's the
as
one.
well as I know, as somebody that's not behind a table, Tom, like, that day goes by so quick.
Yeah.
So,
Like
but
I'm going back to Como.
oh,
This
are
year.
you?
Yeah. And I do the same thing there, man. Like I'm at the convention itself for maybe a cumulative 2 or 3 hours. Beyond that, I'm just like eating because I've got a lot of
It's
friends.
Italy.
Yeah, dude, we're just eating food and like drinking like bottles of wine at lunch, and then I just take a freaking nap, and then I come back in the afternoon to the show again, like all jazzed up after a good nap, and then we stay out till like 2, 3 in the morning and kind of rinse and repeat. It's such a short show, just like OAX is, so you want to kind of get everything you can out of it.
See, because I don't drink anymore, I start my day early, but in Japan, most coffee shops don't open up till late. So I did find a couple that open at 8 a.m. But like I have my coffee and my breakfast, I go back, I'll take a shower, and then I'm just like walking around for like 7 or 8 hours straight until my entire body is holding, like I'm a mule, I'm like literally like a pack mule, and I've just got like bags of books and everything that I can hold them on. And then I go back to the hotel and I drop it all and I eat, and then I like crash out and at like 9 or 10 o'clock and just keep going.
I was jealous, man. I was jealous. I was watching those videos and like your stories that you shared, and I was like, damn it, man, I want to be in Japan.
Well, like if you do want to go, and I'll let you know when I'm going, and if you just happen to be there, you're just like, well, I'm going to get on this plane, and I'm like, I'm going to get on this plane. If we just happen to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, I just have to tell my wife like why I happen to be in Tokyo.
Just be like, listen, I got a meeting and I got to go to this retreat. Marvel is calling me.
There you go. That's it. CB called me.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said,
exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, that's exactly like it. It's not for everybody. If you have a partner, if you have if you have kids, like, it's not. But if you're going to Japan just to like see the things and experience it, and you've saved up your money to go, and it's not an expensive place. It's like the hardest part is getting there. That's
you
the most
planned
expensive
it.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but
I heard like food isn't like terribly expensive.
oh no, it's not. Like what would be considered a $75 to $100 sushi dinner in the States would be like $16 there.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. Cause I'm a sushi snob, and I don't eat shitty sushi in the States, but in Japan, you can just get sushi anywhere and it's really good.
You didn't go like try to get into what's his name, Jiro's place, did you?
No, I mean we've got Jiro's got a place in Seattle, so
Oh, really?
yeah, that's where. That's
Okay.
where. Speaking of the devil, and the devil appears. There he is, sexy Lance, or as
What's up,
Comic Tim
Lance?
Comic Tim calls him, Lawrence Sanchez. But so yeah, so OAX. Anybody that's going to OAX, make sure you say hello to this man here, but also say hello to me, and maybe I'll do like because I don't go out at night. You know this. Like I have no desire to be around drunk people. But if people want to do a coffee meetup in the morning, I know some really good spots in Orlando. So we could do a Davenger coffee meetup.
Within walking distance of the DoubleTree.
No,
Come
not
on,
at all.
man.
But in
You're
walking
gonna get
distance,
into an Uber to go get coffee?
I got a car.
Uh,
I'll have a car.
oh, that's right. You'll be.
Yeah, because I drive down after, so I always rent a car because I'm an asshole. I don't want to be trapped in a hotel for 3 days at all. So I need a car.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. He's like, tell me about that coffee shop.
Yeah, I took Sean to a coffee shop, and it was like a 10-minute ride, and it was so good that Sean was like so head over heels with the coffee that we had. I gifted him a bag that I had the coffee shop ship it to him. So,
All right. What makes a primo coffee shop experience for you?
well, in the States, it's just all about the coffee, like
The
the
beans.
taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beans, the taste. Kazra, I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, and I don't want to do that to people right now.
Dude, make one up.
It's called
Jiro does coffee.
no, it's called clitorial coffee. Yeah, it's a special.
I've heard it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's
Some people.
Ethiopian. But in Japan, the thing is, I mean, look, everybody here can relate to the fact that like if you're a coffee drinker and you go to a coffee shop, most places in the States, it's like go, like get your coffee and you go. You get your coffee. In Japan, what it is, I'm not even like it seems like I spoke to enough baristas and coffee shop owners. What it is, it's like a place to go and pause your day and sit and enjoy a drink and not go and slow down for a minute because they work so hard. And all these places I went into, it's just like the calmest environments. Most of them would playing some American music, whether it's jazz, like 70s, 60s, 50s jazz, or indie kind of lo-fi music. And man, it was just such an experience. I thought it was maybe like one or like the coffee shops I picked as a self-professed coffee snob, but even when I was in Kyoto, I went to this place called Osaka. Went to a place called Haiku Coffee, and went in. The two people were there, as the woman who was running the place and her husband who co-owns the place with her. And we just had a great conversation with them talking about coffee shop culture in Japan. They sent me to another coffee shop. They're like, well, if you're doing coffee shops, go to this place. The guy's a young guy who opened it up recently and he imports Chinese coffee beans. And it's like, oh, it's really rare. I went there and I had the same experience. And it was just like, it really gave me that sense of like, oh, they really do value their time in Japan.
Yeah.
And they value the slowing down. Whereas here, and I don't think it's people don't value it. It's just we're worked so hard, or we're made to feel like we need to keep working so hard that we don't have time to slow down. And when you go to
everything's
coffee-
like even the concept of naming something on the go, like literally, like that's a kind of a microcosm of like what we're expected to do. I've had a similar experience in Italy, right? At coffee shop. I'm not a coffee shop guy.
Sure.
I'm like coffee is fuel guy. Like, so just give me a pot in the morning to start the day off. But every time I'm in a coffee shop in Italy, like just people just taking their freaking time, man. Like,
well, they
actively
love
have-
their coffee.
yeah, and you're just kind of chilling there, and you're having a good time, and it's like these tiny. So I'll always like just like kind of stop and get an espresso, just kind of it's part of the day. Freaking like it, I love it.
Well, I'll say this. Like,
Miggs. What's up, Miggy? That's my Como partner in crime right there.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Welcome in. The thing is, and I would never. First off, I don't want to even invite this in, but for somebody that would say, "Oh, I'd love to spend a day doing what you did in Japan." Like, I don't think there's too many people that could do the manga hunting consistently like me. But I would love to take somebody who's not a coffee person but drinks coffee on a day of what I did, because I would have coffee at 3 different shops every day. I'd look for books, I'd hunt, I'd go to record stores, and like when I wanted to stop, that's what I did.
Right.
And I walked an average of like 6-7 miles a day in all 3 cities, in Osaka, Tokyo, and Kyoto. So I mean, my blood flow is pretty good. So I wasn't all cracked out on caffeine just because I was like constantly moving.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just feel like, and especially because Japan is such a reading culture, you're encouraged to go in and sit and read. And like, what's cooler than grabbing a manga, even if you can't read the language, or an art book, sitting down with a coffee and just reading it in calm and peacefulness.
I like that Alberto's like trying to like get all up in my business here. I mean, I think that's true of like places like Rome. I've seen that in Rome for sure.
Well, Rome's
the counter
a city like that.
Yeah, like the big. I've seen it in Milan. But you get out.
Fair enough. Like I don't have anything against people that want to walk and like drink. I mean, I just can't. Nobody wants to see me drink. Trust me.
Yeah, and Rome is kind of like the go city.
Yeah, it's New York. It's like New York.
The tourists are as well. So I think they've adapted some of that culture for the tourist culture, the people that just want to grab an espresso and then like get to their tour bus and
sure.
that kind of stuff. But like you get out into the country and you get out into like quote unquote real Italy, that's what the coffee shops are, neighborhood gatherings and like old men playing, sitting around and talking, and it's fantastic. I love
it. And people saying, yeah, he's gonna sleep with the fishes tonight. Luca Brazzi is sleeping with the fishes tonight.
You're gonna make him an unfair.
Anyway, I could talk about Japan and coffee
forever. Yeah. It sounds like you freaking love it. Like that. Would that be a place you consider kind of?
I mean, if I could learn the language, if I work in the next couple of years to learn the language, like I could totally live there. I would love to live there because what my buddy Sean, Japan Book Hunter, does, like I could easily do what he does and not be his competition. We'll see. I mean, the thoughts of leaving this country are a lot higher for me and a lot more frequent now than they were even like 2 years ago, even a year ago, even 4 years ago.
I feel you.
So,
yeah.
But before we get going, because we can close out the show soon. I just want to let everybody know, like the Kickstarter link is in the description below for Aeternal. That's Eranga's book that he's doing with David A. Byrne, not David Byrne from the Talking Heads. There's a lot of good. And yes, Eranga is a psycho killer of the pen and ink type.
What a sec. Come on. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
They do. They pay me the big bucks. I'm not sure who these people are that are paying me to say this, but I'll figure it out one day. Yeah, I know, Alberto. And yes, Evgeny, I mean, I know. We're all in, it's not good times, but what we can focus on? We can focus on the good things like this book. We can focus on the things that, the art that Eranga is creating and OAX and seeing friends. And anything else you want to say about this before we close out the night?
Really, man. I mean, just kind of, if I can kind of drag it back and be a little sincere for once, like the reception has been like fantastic. Like the love, the outpouring of support, like the day one kind of backers, and like, that's been fantastic. The people that have spread the word, like it's been amazing. Guys like you that I, like, hey, come on the show, we'll talk about it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just overall, it's been kind of overwhelming. Like in terms of like I've been such a high in terms of like kind of restoring my faith in people and stuff like
Yes, yes.
that. Yeah. So in a moment of sincerity, I'll say that it's kind of like it's renewed and it's got me jazzed. I have an idea for a sequel. And it was always like I want to see if this is successful, and if it is, we're gonna throw the get working on the sequel.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so no, it's been fantastic. What a great way to kick off 2026, man, and a little bit of an antidote to kind of what's going on around us.
Sure.
A little bit of an escape. It's kind of nice to see. This community is like freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy seeing that, it's been so successful on day one. And, I encourage people, the link is in the description below. Eranga's Instagram, I threw that in the description below. I threw a picture of him as Psylocke in the description below. And then I don't know if the free Patreon memberships were taken, but the link is all the way at the bottom. If you want to join my Patreon, I'll just plug that real quick. $5 a month. Less than any kind of cup of coffee you could drink, less than any hot dog you can buy. You get at least one bonus video from this channel, one bonus video for my podcast direct edition, and vote for a flip through video that I'm going to record. And then every 2 months, there's an exclusive sale in the Patreon. And if I don't see everybody that was in this chat tonight commenting on one of my direct edition episodes, I'm coming after all of you. So my podcast is called Direct Edition. Let me just tell you who I've interviewed this year alone, or this season alone. Jeff Darrow. Okay. Jeff fucking Darrow. Matteo fucking Scalera. Larry Reed from Fantagraphics. Who else did I interview? I just recorded with Robert Venditti. I just recorded with Eric Canetti. I put the greatest Mark Silvestri interview out, period. Came out while he was in Japan. So,
That was a great interview. I love the Sylvester interview. I love how down to earth that dude is.
I know.
Thank you.
Yes, and we all love. I mean, the thing, Alberto, I'll harass the shit out of you. The thing about Silvestri is like, no matter how you started collecting or reading comics, like in the last 40 years, like you've read something of his that you've been like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So, and same with Jeff Darrow. And, so anywho, direct edition, Eranga, Aeternal, OAX, and anything else? Did we forget anything?
I think we ran the gamut, man.
I just have one other thing to say. Hold on, let me just get out of the way. Yes, there we go. And so anyway, listen, everybody take care of themselves. I'll be back selling comics next Wednesday. Eranga will still be on Kickstarter and he'll still be going strong, but you can see him, touch him, hug him and kiss him and give him money at OAX. And you can probably do that with me also. I mean, as long as you like the beard, I don't care. Everybody, thank you. Hit the like button also. I forget to say that because I say it in everything I do. Kickstarter, Eranga, Dave, you stick around, Eranga. Everybody else, have a good night. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Eranga loves you.